Today's demonstration is on a grayscale value bar. What this is going to teach you is how much black and how much white to add. How much black makes way too dark, how much white makes not enough dark. We'll see. First thing you need is a piece of paper with a rectangle, divide it into 5 sections. Then you should put your name and your period number, either P1 or P2. When you make your palette, keep in mind you do not need a lot of black. Look how much black I used, only a little bit. And then I used a lot of white because you always need more white. Like we talked about, lighter colors, you need a lot of. Darker colors, you don't. It's the same thing, especially with black. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make middle gray. Oops. Make my middle gray. Notice how much black I'm adding. I'm not adding much black at all. Then you're going to paint in the middle section. Section number 3. This is going to be our middle gray. Okay? Keep in mind when you do your value bars, you're going to be using the same concept. You're just going to be adding color. Now I'm going to add more black to this middle gray. You don't have to wash your paintbrush out. Okay? You see how it does not take a lot of black to make that very dark. So, since I'm running low on paint here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add more white to give me some more paint. That's going to lighten it up, so I have to add more black again. You'll get the hang of it once you do it more. Okay, we'll see if that is good. Okay, a good match. All right, number 2 section you're going to paint in. If it's going outside the lines, that's okay. This is practice. When you do the worksheets of your monochromatic bars, I expect them to be much neater than this. Okay? So we have 2 sections. The last section is going to be our darkest. So we can grab a little bit more black than we have been. Don't add too much. You don't want to go too dark. Now this is too dark, so I need some more white. I need to add more white so that I have more paint because there's not much paint here. Now I can grab more black because it's a very light tone. Okay, so now we have very dark, a little bit lighter, and then our middle gray. Now what we're going to do, rinse out our brushes, get all that black out of there. We're going to be making tints, or light values rather. Tints is a color added with white, so there's no color here. We're just adding black and white here. Okay, so this one's you're just going to leave alone, and you're going to make a new bowl of white. Make sure I grab enough this time. Okay. Now I'm going to add a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of black. Okay. See? You want it to be lighter than this. I can add a little bit more. See? Not much. Want it to be lighter than this one. I can add more white. You can actually add more white onto the actual paper. That's fine. You're going to learn to do that when you blend. Now you see this is actually darker than my middle one, so I got to make that lighter. I can just add white to this and it'll mix right on the paper. Or you can add it to this pile of gray that you have here. Now that it's lighter, I have to go even lighter. So I'm just going to paint from this pile and grab a scoop of white. And that's it. Make sure that the tones are changing. Okay? That's it. That's your demo. Make sure you put it on the drying rack and you're all set. You can start your monochromatic bars.